No, I saw that. You're being ready. Look, mine's gone.
Oh my. Oh my.
You are now tuned in to the Revolution Radio Show.
Yo, what it is and what it do. You are officially tuned in to the Revolution Radio Show, aka the Revolution Podcast, live on 102.3 FM KCAA in the Inland Empire, worldwide, everywhere else. You dig? As always, I am your boy J Love, and I'm always joined by the more talented and far more beautiful than I am. Both these ladies, Miss Cherie Marlene.
I feel like that's still hard for you to say every time. Happy Thursday, everybody.
And Miss Melian.
So what's up?
Yo, it is Thursday, February the 25th. It is still Black History Month. I told y'all we all gonna be black this month, damn it. So every day I've been giving you a different figure in Black history that hopefully has allowed you to see that Black people's fingerprint is all over society, not just here in America, but worldwide. And the one today, because today we kicking off a new segment on the show. Okay. Beginning today, every single Thursday, we are going to highlight amazing women that are doing dope things, because the dopest thing about women is how powerful y'all are. And the segment is called Now That's Sexy, right? And what we want to do is flip the whole script on what sexy means. It's not how you look or, what you're wearing or not wearing, I guess, but it's really the value that you bring intrinsically to the world with your magic, your special sauce, shall we say. And so not only our guests, but with this person that we highlighting for Black History Month, this is absolutely some Black girl magic. So I want to shout out Mary Beatrice Davidson Kenner, right? This is her beautiful sister. And ladies, I hope you will agree with me that you have to salute her, because she is actually responsible for inventing the sanitary belt. Back then it was a belt. You understand what I'm saying?
Oh.
So nowadays it's called a pad, and there's, other stuff too. But thanks to her, apparently prior to the 1920s, and actually it took a little bit longer because she was Black, for a long time they didn't want to give her a patent. And so apparently it was a huge need, because often I've never had this issue, but I guess during that time of the month, women were staining their clothes, and it was a very big issue. And so thanks to Mary Beatrice David Kenner, let me show her a picture again. She's beautiful. She was a lifelong inventor. She invented a whole lot of things, but she's most notable for inventing the sanitary belt / turned into the sanitary napkin / turned into the pad, and et cetera, et cetera. So ladies, let's give her a hand, because I'm sure you appreciate her at least once a month. At least
Lord knows I got mad flow, and I ain't talking about rap. Yeah.
So,
wow. I was wondering what women wore back then, like even before this. Like, did they put like leaves or like before?
No, I think they really just sat on cloth that needed to be washed. Like they just sat there. I don't think they were like mobile. They had to just sit in one place, like depending on how far back you go.
Yeah, I'm a bow to that one. I don't, I'm a bow out. I didn't want to show pictures of the original one because it was like a whole contraption. Like it was full on.
You should have showed a photo.
Oh man, I actually want to see.
I'm sorry, as a man, I was a little bit just like, wow, that's what y'all got to go through. That's
right.
Every month, a couple times.
So so I just but shout out to her, because I'm assuming that made life a whole lot more comfortable. And obviously
period.
we for periods. so and I wanted to bring something up that I seen in the news that just really before we get to our guests real quick, but I just need to know what y'all think it is, because I don't know if I'm getting older or what it is, but I feel like I'm just turning into the old angry Negro when I hear ridiculousness. Because I heard today that Hasbro, the toy company, y'all know Mr. Potato Head, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, so they have decided, even though they will still be selling individual like Mr. Potato Head and Miss Potato Head dolls, and I think there's little baby potato heads too. But the name will no longer be Mr. Potato Head because moving forward, it is officially a gender neutral potato.
He's an
Yeah,
icon. That's Mr.
You
Potato
can't
Head.
say he no more. You can't use the pronouns.
So it's just Potato Head.
It's
So
just
what?
potato.
They took the mustache out, even though I know some ladies with
No,
mustache.
you could have the mustache. Just as don't say he, him, her,
So
she.
Melian, you could have the mustache with the big red lips now.
Yes.
apparently.
It's a gender neutral potato. Why am I the only one that thinks this is absolutely insane? This is crazy. Like, come on.
They couldn't do another toy, tater tots or something. They like leave Mr. Potato Head alone. Come on.
Why they
Aw.
Mr. Potato Head is not a millennial, okay? He likes his
Right?
pronouns, okay? He understands he is a he. His
That's
wife is a
interesting.
she. His children is them.
Lived Mr. Potato Head.
All right,
Wait,
I'm
so
done with it.
are they gonna have another Toy Story? Do you guys know? Like, they're gonna have another.
I don't know
Another
where that
note.
came.
Well, Mr.
Another
Potato
note.
Head, he's in Toy Story, so I'm wondering if he's going,
Well, you know what? They actually in Toy Story they already call him Potato, don't they?
Oh, I thought
Don't
they
they
called
kind of
Mr.
already
Potato
say
I
Head.
don't know now.
I don't
Which
know.
one of
I'm
our
just-
listeners can let us know about Mr. Potato Head? in Toy
But
Story?
yo, let us know what you think about that because I'm just verklempt. I'm gonna use that word. I am verklempt. But that being said, I'm gonna get my situation ready. That being said, ladies and gentlemen, I am prepared to introduce to you one of the hottest independent artists on the planet. She is not just an independent artist, but she goes out of her way to help other artists figure out stuff in the game. I'm gonna let her explain all of that. She's an artist, she's a teacher, she's a mentor. She works with inner city young people. Yara dig. And so please show some love, ladies and gentlemen, for the one and only Miss Kaila Love.
Hey, what's up with it? Thank
Hold
you
on,
so
let me-
much.
Woo! Where's the heart? There it is. Yes.
So, Miss
What
Kaila Love, how are you feeling today?
Man, I'm doing well. Feeling blessed. I'm excited because I got my new single like uploaded and everything ready to go, dropping on March 1st. So every time
Yes.
new music is exciting. So yeah,
You know what,
I'm
Kaila?
ready.
I'm gonna have to interrupt you. I'm so excited about that. Don't even get me wrong. But I had to do some. I gotta do something real quick though, because I completely forgot. Because it's Thursday. It's Throwback Thursday.
Okay.
So you gonna get a chance to giggle a little bit. Because I figured since it was Throwback Thursday, I was gonna give y'all a little bit of a throwback on your host here on the Revolution Radio Show. So first, I want to pick on Miss Melian. So this is Miss Melian, ladies and gentlemen, back in high school.
Okay,
for those of y'all-
a little
For those of y'all who listening on the radio, it just picture a really wild, just like we're gonna pray for her type of.
Stop it.
I can't
She
even
looks
describe the
exactly-
picture that's up right now.
And
I don't
hasn't
even know.
aged. How is that even high school? You look the same.
You know them
I
Asians, man.
probably look younger right now.
And
and
so
people
you know,
can't see in the picture that like I'm actually on somebody's shoulder back, like when they snapped that picture. So that is just wild. That person wasn't
can't
prepared.
tell.
I was like, here, come on. I just jumped on his back and stuck my tongue out. I did that before Miley Cyrus. So just saying,
Noted.
Yeah, okay.
okay. So next up, we have from high school a very young and naive. I'm gonna say naive and innocent and just very just a very innocent Miss Cherie Marlene. Look at that.
Okay.
I
That's
wish the
cute.
people on the radio could see this.
Okay.
Y'all gonna have to tune in later to check it out. But you
The
know what I
bangs
mean?
are everything.
Beautiful,
The
yeah.
bangs is it. The
What
bangs is it.
grade
That's what
were
it's
you
all-
in? Was that senior year? What grade was that?
I was 15. I was getting ready for homecoming.
15.
dance
You
with my
look like a whole woman right there.
A
That's
little
like
15-year-old.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, Cherie.
You know what I mean? Little fat. No, I'm joking. She wasn't fast. She was
For
innocent.
sure. Big old chubby cheeks.
And now, this
Let's
was
see
my
yours,
not
Dave.
only my senior picture, but this was actually the picture that ended up in my yearbook my senior year.
Oh,
Hey.
So,
and you're
yeah,
the
for those-
opposite. skinny.
For those of you on the radio, it's a real boring picture. I wish I'd have showed more personality. I don't know what I was doing.
Hey,
Now it's wide open.
You
Was that
actually
really
look kind of
in your
fly, Jay. You look kind
Right.
of fly, Jay.
Hey, I was born like this. You know what I'm saying? Like
that your-
Beyonce woke up like this, but I was born like this. I was born like this. You know what I
But he
mean?
ain't stay like this. He ain't stay
Hey,
like
I'm still super fresh. Don't get
Right,
it
you trying to say
twisted.
I'm fat? You're skinny in that one. But was that really
Don't
your
get-
senior picture?
Yeah, that was my senior picture.
They let you do that
allowed
face?
you to bring all that personality into it.
Hey, that they didn't have no choice. I do what I do. I let them know. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, one of these days I'm gonna show y'all the juxtaposition of. I actually had that year. They had the seniors. They had our baby picture in the yearbook. So I'll show you my baby picture, that picture, and then my driver's license today, so you can see all the across the board. But anyways, we got a special guest on the show today, and she's kicking off the whole, that's sexy, because I think it's really sexy that you do all of the things that you do. You understand what I'm saying? So with that being said, once again, ladies and gentlemen, Miss Kaila Love. Miss Kaila Love.
Welcome.
Hey, thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
So I have to ask you just right away for all of our listeners, how long have you been pursuing your dream? And tell everybody who Kaila Love is.
About me, I've been rapping since 14 to impress a boy in the 9th grade, trying to make it seem like I'm the cool girl in class instead of a cute girl. They used to think I was didn't know I had flow with these raps. So
okay,
what 4-bar bio right there?
Yes, sir. Love it.
And so, I rap. I dabble in singing a little bit, although I don't call myself a vocalist. And I love, I've been in education for a long time. I'm the first in my family to get a college degree. And so after
congratulations. Now that's sexy. Now that's
sexy. Yeah, that's the tagline after everything. So I have just been really blessed to be full-time as an independent artist now for like the last at least 3 years, to have gone on a whole West Coast tour and travel with my music and drop 3 projects independently, and just connect with people along the way, like J Love, getting into some doing reality TV filmings and photo shoots and just journeys.
Is that how y'all met? Is that how y'all met, through that reality show a couple years back?
Yeah, well, it's because we both loves. So I don't even know how he saw a post of mine.
So what happened was, I have this habit that if I see anybody who got love on their name, we got to be friends.
You got to show love.
Yeah. So I reached out to her. I was like, we cousins, right? So ever since then, that's like my baby cousin, my baby sister. You know what I'm saying?
Jay related to everybody. He was like, this
if
is
you
my
got that
nephew.
love on that, you know what I mean? I won't talk about the felonies that she almost caught in the Bay Area messing with some crazy people. I ain't gonna talk about that, but
Oh my.
You gotta wait for my next album for that.
So that's where you from, right? The Bay, Kaila?
Yeah, I'm from the Bay. I was in LA for a little bit, going back and forth, but with the whole COVID situation, LA was not really the place to be. So I've just been coming back and forth, whatnot. But I'm excited to get out there again and tour. But it's also just showing how important it is to be having your digital footprint out there, and making sure that you pay attention to that audience. Because I'm like, wow, if I was just dependent on shows, I don't know what I'd be doing right now. So. It's been eye-opening. Mm-hmm.
When did you go back to the Bay? Right during COVID kind of thing, or right before?
No, I was going back and forth. I had moved out to LA initially, in the 2019 in December. And I was working at a little ad agency out in Carson. And so that's when I was kind of getting hip more to what Facebook marketing is, and trying to reach out more to other artists and develop my program and everything like that. And then I was making trips back and forth to the Bay, because I was like, LA is it's a different vibe. Like one night I went out to this one spot, they had Monday night karaoke. Mm-hmm. And I look over and it's just Tiffany Haddish. And I'm talking we were so close that we bumped booties. It was a vibe, I was like, man, I need to be out here.
Well,
more.
The both of y'all can,
it was inevitable.
Yeah. What's the scene like right now in the Bay?
Shoot. I was quarantining before quarantine was a thing, because I was ready to bust out and have a show at the end of March, which is my birthday. And then that got shut down. So there's been some cool virtual shows. People have been pulling it together, but I've been hearing that there's some stuff popping up here and there. But I don't like community mics. I didn't even like them beforehand. That's why I always brought my own mic, and I for sure don't like them now. So it got me looking kind of like, I'm not sure if I'm ready to just get out there like that yet.
So let me ask you that for those who don't
I can't
know,
even front. Yeah, go
ahead. For those who don't know, who's some of the artists maybe that we might have, that you might have worked with, or what I mean, have you worked with any notable artists out of the Bay Area or even from LA?
Probably the most notable artist that I worked with was Michael Marshall, Mr. I Got 5 on it. And that was a, super legendary artist that I was just really happy to get connected with. We actually did a show at this little spot on 420, and we traded. He had his project come out with Equipto. I had my first EP come out, and we traded. And then about a year later, he hit me up saying he wanted me on his next album. And it was just kind of crazy because an ex-boyfriend had manifested that situation like 3-4 years before that ever happened. He was showing me all of Mike Marshall's music and just getting really deep into his story. And he said, "You're going to work with him one day. Just watch," And then that just had happened. So, but I've seen some artists on the underground. Like my first studio session ever was with Agerman of 3 Times Crazy. I've seen, Mr. Fab. I went from,
Bay Area legend.
being in one of my first studio sessions to him coming in for a mix, and then seeing him at Dope Era, and then doing a show opening for him to where, he'll see me at First Friday and come say what's up. So it's really great. Hyro, I got to book Souls of Mischief when I was at Cal and throwing hip hop shows. I got to open up for and book Elzai, and Locksmith was one of my favorite MCs, like lyrical beast. Y'all know about Locksmith?
Locksmith crazy.
I'm a hip hop head. Like,
because
these kids might not know, but I'm
on.
Lyrical. So who are you're saying Locksmith? Who are also some of your influences?
Tupac is a big influence.
Dead or alive? Okay.
Yeah, Tupac is a big one because I got my Tupac is painted by a local artist and whatnot.
Right there.
Yeah, Tony Be Conscious's work. But yeah, Tupac. He inspired me a lot learning about his life story, because you don't learn just about, Tupac. You learn about American history and the Black Panthers, and you learn about like our political system, about finances, about the music industry. And so I actually taught a class called Tupac, the Evolution of Hip Hop and How to Rap, that you could get 2 academic credits for at UC Berkeley.
See, now that's sexy. This is what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about.
Yeah, so he's really influenced me in a lot of different ways, and just like learning, his story and to tell it and how we can use it to look at different examples and in the way that, he represented himself politically and his message, and of course his music as well. And who else? Russ. Russ is the one that is like
independent king. Exactly.
Yes.
I gotta interrupt here. If there's any kids listening, or not just kids, but like if you really trying to do this game, bro, I gotta take my hat off to Russ, because he like blueprinted. Like, just listen to that dude. He gives the game away. You could watch his videos and he will tell you point by point what to do as an independent artist and how to make a living doing it. Like, that dude is a genius.
Have you read his book?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I got his book. I got a couple copies of it. And yeah, I got to meet Russ actually. And it was
fire.
It was amazing.
What was that like?
Man, it's like one of those situations where you almost afraid, because that's like kind of somebody you look up to, and if they don't, I don't know, measure up, or if they was hella rude, and it could stain them in your mind forever. True. But he was like everything that I thought he would be and more. And it was a whole vibe situation, because, man, I wanted to actually go drive down to LA to see him there, because me and him had a show on the same night. So I couldn't make his show in San Francisco. And I had told my homegirl, but there was all the fires happening, remember? And all the road closures. So it was like, man, I can't even make it. And then I found out he was doing a little secret show at the end up in San Francisco, a little just meet and greet. And I told my homegirl, was like, didn't you want to see Russ? Well, this new guy that I'm kind of dating is doing security for that show, and he can get us in and pay for us. So I was like, obviously that's a sign from God. And so I'm going to show up, And so I'm there first, like they putting up the barriers around me, because I'm ready front and center to see Russ. And then, he comes in, he got a big entourage. He's chilling in the lounge and stuff. We chilling, we made some eye contact, but I was just like letting him know that I was in the building. And then he comes up and he does the flute song, because that was his latest single, right?
I like the way you slid in there that you made some eye contact, but I'll leave that one alone.
Just make it known.
It's notable. It's
yeah,
notable.
I'm gonna leave that one alone.
And then it was a vibe. He did his thing, and it was more of like a like an appearance, not a whole concert, because he did the whole concert. But I was like, man, we're trying to hear some more. So then they drop what they want after, when he's getting off stage, but they're just playing the song. And we're getting excited. I'm singing along, and then I'm looking like, yeah, can you just come back and do the song, please? So then he comes back and he does the song. He's like 3 feet from me, mind you, the whole time, right? Then he's like, all right, thank you, San Francisco. It's my time. And then he goes back to the section, and then they play Do It Myself. Now I have a Zumba routine to do it myself. So all of a sudden I got my moves on, I'm making way in the crowd and stuff. Like I'm finna do my routine.
She's like, this is my moment.
This is the moment. And of course, and he peeps it. And then he starts getting excited because I'm so excited. So then he comes out a third time. And then he does the song like right by me and everything. And then my night is made. Then he's finally like, I gotta go for real, for real. So then he goes. Meanwhile, I didn't know my homegirl was being the ops, asking security, where does the door that he left out? Where does that lead to? What's the cross streets? So I want to go in a code check to get our jackets. And I come out, I'm looking for my homegirl, and I see her head pop out the side of an Escalade talking about, girl, come through real quick.
Oh, man.
Like, yeah, I told him that you can't leave until my friend can meet you and stuff. So he actually waited. He waited, and that was just an amazing experience, because he was just so humble. I told him how he inspired me to go get my audio engineering degree that I completed last December.
Hold on, you can't just just rush past that. Like,
you got your audio engineer.
Don't
he inspired me.
Do you mix your own music?
Nah, I don't mix it right now, because I was doing a single every week, and I was like,
she got her audio engineering degree. Hold on.
That's major.
That's sexy moment.
Now that's sexy.
Boss.
Thank you.
Wow.
So I'm working to get in the point where, but it's also the plugins and all of that type of stuff too that's important for mixing, that I don't necessarily all have, but it's really helped expand my appreciation for what an engineer does. And to know and to communicate, and also to teach other artists how to communicate, and to teach the basics of engineering that I think every artist should just know, the different file types they should have, and mic placement and things like that. And so it's been a really valuable experience, but I really did that inspired by Russ, and so that's why he's been a really big influence in my career.
Wow.
That's awesome.
So I have a question. Do you feel the pressure to be a female role model?
Nah, I guess people tell me that they see me as a role model, but I mean, I don't put myself out there as that, I guess. But I feel like I do. It's hard to say, because I would teach kids, and I always felt like, oh man, one day my boss is gonna pull me into the office and be like, we saw this video or something, or like I would have to still be kind of mindful about these kids going to like find my social media account, and I will never post anything, right? And then on 420, I posted this snippet of me in a music video for my homegirl, and her song is "I'd Rather Be High Than an A-Hole," and it's like where I play this weed fairy, and we're all around downtown Oakland, and like people are angry, and then I like bless them with some weed, and then like make them happy, and I'm like this fairy, right? And so, because that's my homegirl's video, it's 420, I'm going to promote it. And I don't know why, but that's the day all my students found my Instagram.
Of course it was, right? Of course it was.
How old are your students? What's the range?
These were my middle school students, but I would teach ranging from kindergarten to college. And what's crazy is that I had hired Russ's mom as a life coach, because I never had a mom, and I was like, maybe what some of what she got could rub off on me. And so I remember having this session with her, and she like read my aura, and she started telling me all these things about myself, and she told me that she envisioned me around a lot of small children. And I said, yeah, I teach middle school, so that makes sense. She was like, no, I see like babies, like 4 or 5 years old, 5 or 6, something like that, little ones. And I kind of was like, oh, that's interesting. Like, I don't ever see how I would be around hella kids like that. Like, okay, whatever. And then a few months later, I got that call where they wanted me to teach 2 kindergarten classes hip hop.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow.
That is so
You are just
fire.
so interesting to me. I don't even think the show
Man.
has enough time. You
Time for
mentioned
you. I was
not
gonna
having
say,
a mom. Like, I'm like,
yeah.
okay, you just,
Yeah,
that
well,
was
look,
like a
let's do this.
seed,
Let
like,
me get this out of the way. Let me pay a couple of bills. We're gonna pay. If you're just tuning in, this is the Revolution Radio Show on 102.3 FM KCAA. We have a special guest, Kaila Love, in the building. That's my little sister right there. But we're gonna pay some bills real quick. Then we're gonna come back and we're gonna focus all up on her again. You dig?
Exotics Wellness. From massage oils to bath bombs, from drops to pain bombs, everything you need in exotic CBD wellness. Go to www.queenexotics.com. That's www.queenexotics.com or Queen Exotics on Instagram.
Do you have a business that requires heavily upon your clientele base having access to cash, like a dispensary or a barbershop? Or maybe you're in the market for one of the new cutting-edge Bitcoin ATMs or self-serve kiosks. Whatever your ATM needs, reach out to my man Guy, the ATM Guy, at 855-4ATM-GUY. That's 855-4ATM-GUY or online at www.atmguy.net.
Without even lifting a finger, achieve the body of your dreams. You're perfect the way that you are, but if you've been struggling to tone up and love your body, there's something that can help you get there. Put down the box of chocolates and pick up a wrap. No, not that kind. A wrap that you can wear. That's Gym in a Box. The Core Wrap, the best body shaper anywhere. It features ultimate performance technology, Tone Up 15 to firm tone and strengthen your abs as it shapes your waist. That's Gym in a Box. Go to gyminabox.la to get yours now. That's gyminabox.la because you deserve your dream body.
Hey, if you're tuning in, this is the Revolution Radio Show on 102.3 FM KCAA. Worldwide, everywhere else online, we have a special guest in the building, Miss Kaila Love. And she is absolutely fascinating. She is kicking off our brand new series that we're going to be doing every Thursday, highlighting amazing women called Now That's Sexy. And it ain't got nothing to do, even though she's amazingly beautiful, it ain't got nothing to do with looks or what she wears or the lack thereof. But it's about all of the content and quality that she brings to the table. She got a degree in audio engineering. She teaches the children. She's an MC. I don't know. She might build cars for Tesla. I don't know. We're going to find out in a minute. But I know, Cherie, you had a couple questions for her. I'm gonna shut up because I'm just fascinated. I'm sitting back and just, you know what I mean, just in awe of the queen.
No, I was just making the comment that I don't think we have enough time to go through all of my curiosity that's peaked now based on the little that she's shared with us. So
I want to know, how do you teach kindergartners hip hop? Like, what are you teaching them? Like how to rap, how to dance, like how to vibe? Like, what are you teaching them?
Yeah, well, I teach, basic rhymes like cat and bat and see, they know all those type of words. And then I did the one activity where they built a boombox, and then we talked about the early, like what a boombox does, what a microphone does, what a speaker does. And I made these little templates so they could cut them out and then create a little handle and then create how many buttons they want in different colors and then hold it on their shoulder. And
Now that's sexy.
You so fly. You so fly.
Or little games where I'll be like, all right, y'all are the clapping section, y'all are the stomping section. So who's going to be the director? So whenever you point to the stomp section, y'all got to be on your game and stomp. So let's make a beat, And so very physical activities. Also, I'm also a Zumba instructor, so I would do dancing with them. And it was just interesting to see how much they pick up, because I will tell them about the history. And one of my students' moms came and he said, he's having his birthday and he said he wants to have a hip hop theme party. Every week he comes home, he's like, Mom, did you know that hip hop was created in the South Bronx?
I love it. I love
So cute.
So
that's because of you. You inspiring the youth. Look at that.
Yeah, I was like so happy to just see how much they pick up, because it was so new. Like I originally taught my Tupac class at a college level. So now to scale this down to a kindergarten level, it was like,
wow.
But look at that. Pac said, I may not change the world, but I will ignite. I will spark the flame.
The minds of the person.
She got the quote right there. She got the quote, yo. She got the quote.
She got it right there. So listen, Pac lit a fire in you, and you are now shaping the next generation. That right there to me, that's sexy. That is the dopest thing. You know what I mean? Because hip hop culture, more than any other movement or culture throughout the history of the world, has done more to bring. I know people want to focus on the negative, but hip hop has done more to bring people from around the world together than any other thing, you know, in the history of our world. Like, legit, think about it. Like how when hip hop went around the world, it brought people, races, religions, genders, socioeconomic classes together that nothing else could. So what you're doing is definitely God's work, because he said, go ye into the world. So understand you're doing God's work right now. Church.
You're awesome, Kay.
Thank you. I'm humble.
How'd you get involved with the college and teaching the Tupac class?
Oh, so I went to UC Berkeley. That's where I did my undergrad, and they have this program called
Brains and Beauty. Brains.
That's not just a little school. That's not just a little school. She said, "Do you know how historic UC Berkeley is in terms of the movement? We talking Black Panthers. We talking the whole '60s revolution." UC Berkeley. Okay, you know what?
And she and she says it just so humbly too, just moving
nonchalantly. Yeah,
he said it like, I went to Cal State San Bernardino, and
like, I mean, the reason that I mention it is because they have a program with their name in it called DECAL, like Democratic Education at Cal. And this revolutionary program allows any undergraduate to teach a class on anything that they want, as long as they have a faculty sponsor. And the Tupac course is actually a legacy course that was launched in 1997. And it was so controversial at the time that it was featured on Fox News by Bill O'Reilly.
Yeah, I remember that. I'm old enough to remember that.
Yeah, that's the class that I eventually, all those years later, would redevelop.
So you created a curriculum for it? Or you taught it? Or
let me see. I think I got my, if they right here, I'm going to show y'all. I developed. Yeah, so this right here. Oops, sorry, y'all. I developed a whole reader. So it's an entire workbook that is like broken down.
Hey, you had to send that to me. You go ahead and send that to me.
Wow.
I'm so amazed right now.
No, she's going to say you need to take her class in order for you to get one of those.
Kayla, I'm about to register.
Right. But I thought about doing it maybe digitally, because people have asked me about that class.
We're gonna make that happen, Kayla. That's gonna be our next business venture. We doing that.
What a boss, Kayla. You are such a boss and so
on top of all of that, you do music.
Yeah, that's the heart. The heart and the soul.
I know we got a bunch of more questions. Can we jump into this single, and can we just brag on you even some more? This, I want to make sure I say this correctly. This is on I was gonna say PlayStation, but no, it's on why did my mind go blank?
NBA 2K,
NBA 2K 21, right?
Yeah, the next generation.
That's not that's no joke right there. That
wait,
right
ain't the one? This the one with Kobe in the cover?
Yes.
Oh my god!
So it's on NBA 2K. The name of the single is called Halftime. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just gonna say this is a world premiere. So this is Kaila Love with Halftime on the Revolution Radio Show on 102.3 KCAA.
I am the one, a champion on the come up. I am your son. You will get burned trying to run. Yeah, I get the job done. You just begun. Why you stunned? But I already won. What is the sum? Now you get numb. So keep running your mouth about all these things that you don't know. Keep on talking fast so I can keep shooting my free throws. Grandma helped me rob a restaurant and said YOLO. If I ain't riding with her, I'm probably riding solo. Into the ring and I put on my gloves. I want a lot, but it's not even much. I got what I wanted, it wasn't enough. Words and my actions always add up. The more I get known, the harsher I'm judged. The harder you hate me, the more I am loved. Now I make money that you can't touch. Ooh, always knew that I come in clutch. Hit me through clutch. You better rush to that yard. Yeah, we just love, but that's not enough for my cosign. I gotta have trust for all we discuss to fall in line. Flipping a dub, making so much more in halftime. I'm coming through clutch. You better rush to that yard line. You want just love, but that's not enough for my cosign. Gotta have trust for all we discuss to fall in line. Flipping a dub, making so much more in halftime. I enterprise. Head to the sky, this is my time. Yeah, catch me outside. So you realize that your time's up. Think of my thighs. booty capsize. He likes my butt. I exercise. Put in the time, brought in I'm out to smash records and break through a glass ceiling. My bodysuit now got pockets, so I tuck away my feelings. And I don't get too invested till I see that it's a real thing. Attitudes unyielding, perseverance appealing. I want experiences, you want stuff. Attitude that I thought was gon' cuff. Is what it is and it was what it was. It don't matter now cause I got new love. Got food up, clued up, that's an upgrade. New bags, you mad, but I've been prayed. Oh yes, been blessed about my game. Coming through clutch with that Aries flame. Coming through clutch, you better rush to that yard line. But that's not enough for my call sign. Gotta have trust, but all we discuss to fall in line. Flipping a dub, making so much more in half time. Coming through clutch, you better rush to that yard line. You were just love, but that's not enough for my call sign. Gotta have trust, but all we discuss to fall in line. Flipping a dub, making so much more in half time. Coming through clutch, you better rush to that yard line. You were just love, but that's not enough for my call sign. Gotta have trust, but all we discuss to fall in line. Flipping a dub, making so much more in halftime. 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 Halftime.
Hey.
You see me jamming. I know you see me jamming and vibing right now. That was fire. And at the end, you know, Small Flex lyric video by Kaila Love. You made the lyric video too. Small Flex. Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Girl, you a
so
female
there's some of
Russ.
my art.
You doing
Girl,
it all.
That's my goal in life. And actually, one time I got into this argument with some troll and he called me the female Russ as an insult. And it made my world. Like, that is one of the nicest things somebody has ever said to me. And he was just baffled. Like, I was trying to roast you, but I was like, that's my aspiration.
That's a compliment. Yeah, that was
Thank
boss.
you. Thank you.
Oh my God.
Kaila.
That's amazing.
I don't know what you don't do. You know what I mean? Like, do you build houses for Habitat for Humanity?
Not yet.
Not yet. There you go.
So, what are you working on next?
What are you working on next?
Yes. I got my single. I did coming out on Monday. I'm super excited about that. It's like my follow up to well, I gave you the little sample, for a little premiere going down here on the Revolution show today. But that one, again, is a follow-up to Halftime. I'm hoping to pitch it to ESPN, and hopefully they can feature it for Women's History Month coming up. And I'm just so excited about that because I feel like I learned so much with Halftime that I was then able to apply and just see myself getting better. So Halftime was a great learning experience, and I feel like it set me up now. Like, oh, I'm finna get it.
So for all the listeners listening, I know you teach classes about this. So can you give us a little quick rundown of how you got your music on NBA 2K?
Yes. So I think the biggest barrier for hip hop artists getting their music sync licensed in pictures, television, movies, video games is that they don't have the legal back end, because music supervisors, they want music, yes, that is dope, that fits whatever it is that they're trying to put music to, right? Whether that's a commercial or like the video game in this case. And I feel if you don't have music that is like sample free, or if you have samples at least cleared, have the rights to the music, nothing that's leased like on a BeatStars website or ripped from YouTube, because all of those things are going to disqualify you off the bat. So I think hip hop artists in particular, like a lot of the sync licensing webinars and stuff are geared towards singer songwriters, people that are just, making their own music and then pitching it. But a lot of times hip hop artists, we are working with producers, and that's fine. But you have to have that producer agreement in place so that you can actually take your music to the next level.
Wow. Amen. You're right. So once you had that, everything was lined up. Right. How did you pitch it to NBA 2K? Once you had everything lined up?
I distribute through United Masters, and the 2K is actually a partnership that they have. So they have the partnership with ESPN, NBA 2K, and some other, like they're relatively new in the distribution game. And so they're developing partnerships all the time. And so I have a friend that works there, and I met him at Cal. Again, first generation, low income student. We were in the same program, and we went to this kind of retreat, like a reunion in 2019. And everybody goes around and they're like, oh, I'm getting my master's and my PhD now, or hey, I'm working in the Capitol, and like updating. And I was like, hey, I'm Kaila Love. I'm still rapping like I always said I was, and this is what I'm doing. And then my homie comes up like, hey, Kaila, I've also been working in the music industry. I was at SoundCloud for a couple years, and now I'm with this new distribution company, United Masters. And I had actually signed up for them 3 days before that. So I didn't even know at the time. And
Look
so
at God.
look at God, So he was the one who really helped to make sure that my music was heard, and kind of gave me that insight, and like just telling me, oh, make sure you attend the Select Con and different events, because United Masters has put together some really incredible online events that have been super resourceful. So really tapping into those, and I've just been really grateful to be working with them. And I think it's a great distribution company for the independent artists, because DistroKid is cool. I was with them before too, but because they're so cheap, because they're automated. So it's like working with a real person can't beat it.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's inspiring, girl.
Hey, thank you.
Thank you.
So, Kaila, if somebody wants to get like if they want to get some game, if they want to like just see pictures of you, if they want to hear more music, like where can folks go to like learn more about Kaila Love or whatever else you got going on?
I mean, just Google my name. It's Kaila Love. The I is what throws them off. So you can go to KailaLove.com. You could go to KailaLoveMusic.com. If you go to Kaila Love Music, you can sign up on my email list right there, and you can pre-save my new single. And I will really appreciate it, like, because I know people be out here like, I want to support independent artists. That's one of the greatest things that you can do that's free, and help me spark the algorithms and set them off, So KailaLoveMusic.com is where I have my pre-save campaign right now with my newest single. But yeah, connect with me on social media. Email me at KailaLoveMusic@gmail.com. I'm out there.
Man, that's amazing.
I'm so digging this, because it is very encouraging and inspiring to see someone not just like hoping to quote unquote get put on, but rather, you doing everything. Like I tell people all the time, like, you can't wait for nobody to give you a break. You know what I mean? You can't wait for like somebody to come along and discover you. If you want to
waiting forever.
Yeah. So it's just so dope to see you doing everything. But in the midst of doing your thing, like a big foundation of what you're doing is giving back. Like the fact that you teaching, like that says so much about your character and who you are, So that's why I was excited to feature you as the first woman on Now That's Sexy, because to be able to flip this narrative that it's not just about like, the booty and boobs and all of that stuff or whatever, but it's truly about the content of who you are and your wealth and your power as a woman, right? Like it's just seriously, I tip, I know you, but I clap for you. I tip my hat to you. I want to learn from you, because I know there's definitely stuff you could teach me, you know what I'm saying? And so I just, y'all gotta check out Kaila Love, man. Like, she needs to, like, if anybody deserves to blow up, Kaila, you deserve to blow up. You know what I mean? For real, because you know what I mean, you putting in the work, you ain't just trying to like, I don't know, be cute and think that's just gonna be the thing that rides you to the top. You feel me?
Well, one thing I'm getting from Kaila too, though, is not only is she such a hard worker, but she's such a giver. You mentioned her working with the children, but what about her just trying to spread? It's like she's done the hard work to get all of the knowledge that set her where she is, and she doesn't have an attitude of like, somebody can go do the work like I did. It just wasn't handed to me. She's handing it out. Like, she's doing her due diligence to lift other people up. So you deserve all the success and more that's ahead of you. Truly.
Right.
Oh, well, I really appreciate that. And I feel that I see so many amazing, talented artists in my community all the time, particularly women MCs. And I mean, I work with everybody, but the cohort of women, like people that I'm working with right now, is like 95% women. So it's like really kind of this women's collective. And it's just, sometimes it's just really small gaps of missing something that's super simple, but can make a big difference. And I really hate that those have been barriers for me. And that I had to go through so much to figure it out. Is like, this should just be more accessible. And yeah, I think there was also a time where the record labels were gatekeepers, and that's not the case anymore. But there's other types of barriers, so it's just like trying to, lift those, because I don't see like those. Even though there are also women rappers, it's not my competition, because we all have very, very unique sounds and styles. So.
But I don't feel like most people have that heart, just in general, whether it's in the music business or whatever field. It's all about the look at me, right? I stand out. But the fact that you're going into it with, there's no competition because I am a unique individual, and you're inspiring others to show their individuality, I personally feel like is the most inspiring thing about you amongst the other things.
Because I feel that it's gonna come back to me and stuff. Like I feel that it's like I'm more. I don't know. My homegirl said like you're more like a P Diddy. Like I feel I see myself like running a label and producing conferences and events and providing jobs and stuff. So it's more like I got my homegirl pitched to like a couple series and also NBA 2K. I got my friend like 2 songs on the NBA 2K playlist. Also, I got my ex on the NBA 2K playlist. You know, he didn't even deserve that. You feel me? So it's like, but knowing that I did that I had the ability to like connect that or see that talent and recognize that and know that, oh, somebody else will recognize this talent, I feel is also just another skill set. Like, I feel like I won, you know?
Wait, you hooked up your ex? You hooked up your ex while he was
at the time. Oh, we were together at the time, yeah, because I don't talk to him at all anymore. But it's like, I know
like, your heart is big.
Nah, girl, if he went and posted like that he got on and stuff, then talking about, oh, thank God for opening these doors. Like, hold up. I mean, I'll take it. I didn't know God was my title, but don't forget who opened that door for you. You feel me?
He didn't give me no shout out.
She's all, I'm all about helping people out, but hello. Okay.
Yes, but I mean, it's just also being able to see like the results in my friends, like, oh man, I really see the talent in this person. And if they just like optimize their Facebook ads, I think that I could see some real results. And knowing that I could not just do that for myself, but see it in somebody else makes me hella excited, because it feels just like super also validating. Like that's my win also.
You're so rare. You're a gem, Kaila. Just
want to let you know that.
You might have to take us on as a client.
Hey, I'm accepting new clients probably at the end of March, because I'm like got a couple.
Look at that's a low key flex right there. Like, you know, right now, now, but you know, at the end of March, maybe I can fit you in.
Crazy just right now, but you know, I mean, you always got that. You got my line. You know, you got my direct line. And so
the other thing I want to point out too, because I am a mother of 2 boys. You did mention very quickly, you know, that you didn't have a mother growing up. But you are so maternal and motherly and loving. And it's interesting to me that you weren't specifically taught that. Like, that's just in you, that God built that heart inside of you. So I felt that for me from the beginning. And I think that's why that statement really stuck out to me. And I'm sitting here like, wow, but it's beaming from you.
Oh man, well, I'm very lucky and blessed to have my grandma. It's actually my great grandmother that raised me. So my mom's grandma, who adopted me and raised me as a single parent. And so I think that's probably why I have such an old soul. And she's super inspiring, and that's why I talk about her and mention her in all like my music. She's actually in the halftime music video, rocking her gold Fashion Nova sneakers.
Yes, the great grandma. Yes.
So speaking of grandma, while we staying on the women's empowerment thing, name your top 5 sheroes, dead or alive. Top 5 sheroes.
Oh my goodness.
And it don't got to be in any order. Just
Lisa Left Eye, to me, I love her. She inspires me so much. Felicia Butterfield Jones. Do you know who that is?
Yeah.
Okay, I love Alicia. Shout out to her. She's now in like the diversity board for the Grammys, and she was working at like the Google's diversity board before. She's such a girl boss. Like, I love her. My grandma obviously is one of my sheroes. And
you got 2 more.
It's like 3. It's like I have 3 distinct teachers, Miss Levy and Miss Scott and Miss Taylor were the teachers that I look up to, that 3 Black women that really shaped who I am. Miss Taylor inspired me to sing and instilled the self-confidence in me. Miss Levy always kept it real with me and told me just like about my character and what she saw in me, and would have long discussions about Tupac. And Miss Scott taught me a lot about what it means to be an educator. She taught me a lot about God and about faith and about being strong. And so I'm gonna say, I know you said 2, but those 3 are gonna be Sheroes for life for me. It's like
No, and that's
teachers are
dope
so
that you
important.
pick teachers though. That's
Yeah,
dope.
right.
That shows how valuable it is, how important it is to have good teachers, right?
Yeah.
Because they
Right.
can literally shape, the trajectory of your life for the rest of your life. You feel me? Because I feel specifically because of what they imparted in you, now you have you have within you to impart into others. So that's a really dope situation. Yada dig. I know you couldn't name me because I'm a dude. You know what I mean? So I go ahead and I give you a pass on that one, because I know I'm a hero,
You a hero for sure.
And you would have been number 1, okay, James? You would have been number 1.
So, Kate, go ahead. I was gonna say, Kaila, you working on so much. What you working on next? Because you got so much going on. What you got going on next?
So dropping a single the March 1st of my new single I Did, dropping the halftime music video for, you just saw the lyric video, you heard the song just now, dropping that on International Women's Day, March 8th. And then I'm working, I got all the lyrics and the arrangement ready, so I'm just finding the right producer for my next EP, 7 tracks, and really working on building my consultation business. So I have like 5 new artists that I've been working with and just building out that infrastructure and that support for them. So that pretty much, and just taking care of my grandma. That's pretty much like all I've been doing.
So real quick, go ahead.
I see the Diddy now. I see the Diddy in you now. For
right?
Sure. You're saying about the Diddy. I see it.
So
do we have a sample of this new song? Did I hear Kaila say that?
No, I didn't get the sample to the new song. We gonna play it though. You gotta just get it to me.
I sent it in an email, Jay.
No, I didn't get it. You know what? I'm gonna blame it on
Jay's
you.
Jay's a little old school. You gotta like use a fax machine or something.
Get out here. Look, we literally
I know for sure I sent it because I'm looking at the email right now talking about did teaser track .mp3.
We ain't talking about that right now. That's not what we're talking about.
You know what that means?
We just have to come back. Yes, that's what I was gonna say. We gotta have you back. That's all that means.
Yeah, we definitely gonna have you back. Listen, we got about 4 minutes, Kaila. So if you had to say anything to the folks out there listening to you right now to leave these last little jewels, these bars, to drop these bars, what would you say?
Man, if you really talk about supporting independent artists, then I'm here to be supported. And it don't just happen out of nowhere, everything that is given to me, I pay it forward, and I try to do so tenfold. And so, I really appreciate every single person that listens to me, that reaches out, that pre-saves my songs, that, comments on my videos, that shows up to the things that I got going on. And I'm really just trying to create a new pathway for the independent artist, the independent woman artist. That's, I guess, kind of anti-label, but really stressing the independence. And I think there's a lot of power out there. So, pay it forward to me and I pay it forward to the world.
Word is born. I feel that one. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been the Revolution Radio Show on 102.3 FM KCAA in the Inland Empire. We have had the amazing, the incomparable, the multi-talented, the multifaceted, the unimaginably beautiful Miss Kaila Love with us. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to use these last few minutes to go out. We're going to play her song one more again, halftime. Tune in tomorrow. We just talking about a whole bunch of ridiculousness. We're going to spill all the tea tomorrow. Yada dig. It's still Black History Month, so we're going to give you that blackness. So for myself, Miss Cherie Marlene, Miss Melian, and for Miss Kaila Love, we're going to salute you. And remember, as always, reach for your best, reach for success, but most of all, reach for God, because God is love and love is everything.
I am the one, a champion on the come up. I am your son. You will get burned trying to run. I get the job done. You just begun. Why you stunned? But I already won. What is the sum? Now you get numb. So keep running your mouth about all these things that you don't know. Keep on talking fast so I can keep shooting my free throws. Grandma helped me rob a restaurant and said YOLO. If I ain't riding with her, I'm probably riding solo. Into the ring and I put on my gloves. I want a lot, but it's not even much. I got what I wanted, it wasn't enough. Words and my actions always add up. The more I get known, the harsher I'm judged. The harder you hate me, the more I am loved. Now I make money that you can't touch. Ooh, always knew that I come in clutch. Hold me through clutch. You better rush to that yard line. What is love? But that's not enough for my cosign. I gotta have trust. For all we discuss, to fall in line. Flipping a dove. Make it so much more in half time. I'm coming through clutch. You better rush to that yard line. You want just love, but that's not enough for my cosign. Gotta have trust. For all we discuss, to fall in line. Flipping a dove. Make it so much more in half time. My enterprise. Hands to the sky, this is my time. Yeah, catch me outside. So you realize that your time's up. Think of my thighs. Booty capsize, he likes my butt. I exercise. Put in the time, brought in uncut. I'm out to smash records and break through a glass ceiling. My bodysuit now got pockets, so I tuck away my feelings. And I don't get too invested till I see that this a real thing. Attitudes unyielding, perseverance appealing. I want experiences, you want stuff. Attitude that I thought was gon' cuff. Is what it is and it was what it was. It don't matter now cause I got new love. Got food up, clued up, that's an upgrade.
Oh my.